So here, so when we come across these elementary data link protocols, already I have told you that we have three types of elementary data link protocols. So what is our first one? An unrestricted simplex protocol, a simplex stop and wait protocol, a simplex protocol for a noisy channel. We also have a discussion on these three types of protocols. Okay, just we go through briefly once. An unrestricted simplex protocol. So, in order to appreciate the step-by-step development of efficiency and complex protocols, now we have a simple unrealistic protocol. Just the data is going to be transmitted only in one direction. Here we have sender and receiver. Okay, the processing time is ignored in sufficient, that means we had some infinite buffer space is available, no errors occur, no damaged frames and no loss of frames. Why? Because just you are sending your data only in one direction, so there is no worry errors and no worry for damaging frames and no loss of frames. So it is a perfect channel. But because of this, what is happening? Most of the bandwidth and time is going to be wasted. So only one way you are sending your data. Suppose if receiver B want to send data to A, so it is not possible for that receiver. Again, they have to create with another link. So which is a wastage of bandwidth and links. At the same time, it takes more time. So for that purpose, now we have moved for the next protocol, which is called a simplex stop and wait protocol. Now, what is the problem if present in the previous one means, suppose if sender is sending frame 1 to B, okay, but sender does not know this frame 1 have been reached to B or not. So, they are unable to know whether it is reached to receiver or not. That's why we have turned to the simplex stop and wait protocol, where suppose if sender is sending some number of frames continuously but receiver is unable to accept them, then more number of frames will be stagnated at the receiver, which is going to lead for flooding. So a general solution to this problem is to have the receiver provide some sort of feedback to the sender. This feedback is in the form of acknowledgement. So if the receiver sends acknowledgement back to the sender, then the sender comes to know that so and so frame have been reached to receiver. So that's why we have this particular protocol, which is called as stop and wait protocol. According to this, sender A is sending a frame to B and it stops sending. Wait for acknowledgement coming back from receiver to sender. Once acknowledgement reached to sender, now sender again starts the next frame to send. So that's why we are calling this protocol as stop and wait protocol. So why we are calling it as stop and wait protocol? Because the sender is not continuously sending the frames. First he sends the first frame and waits for acknowledgement. So sends the frame, stops, waits for acknowledgement. So we are calling it as stop and wait protocol. Because of this, there is no chance of flooding at the receiver. Already I have told you what is the meaning of flooding. Anyone, you please answer to my question. What is the meaning of flooding, ma? Flooding అంటే ఏంటి చెప్పండి, నేను చెప్పాను మీకు ఆల్రెడీ. What do you mean by flooding?
More packets at the time.
Okay, very good. When more packets are waiting at the receiver, they are in queue, so that is leading for flooding. Now we are discussing about the next one. See here, we had one more protocol which is designed for a noisy channel. So what do you mean by noisy channel? If there is a disturbance in the channel, we call it as noisy channel. Okay, because of that disturbance, what is happening here? It is clearly shown with two cases. What is the first case here? When sender is sending packet 0 to receiver, receiver receives this. But when receiver receives this, what the receiver will send back? Acknowledgement. So this acknowledgement, because of noise, this acknowledgement have not reached to sender. So what sender will think? That the packet 0 have not received by receiver. So the sender waits for particular period of time and again resend the same packet. That is our first case. What is this first case? Packet is received by receiver but acknowledgement have been missed because of noise in the channel. That is one case. Second case is what? The packet is not reached to receiver, so acknowledgement have not sent back to the sender. So this is our second case. So what sender will do? He will wait for particular period of time and again he will resend the same packet. Now the packet is received by receiver, so he is sending the acknowledgement. Now this acknowledgement is received by the sender. Now the sender will start sending the next packet. Okay, that will be the process actually. When you observe these two cases, okay, what is happening? So the method of resending the packet is correct in this case, but here it is not correct. Why? Because if you send packet 0 again, what is happening here? It is becoming duplication. Okay, why? Because already you have sent your, but you don't know it is received by receiver because problem is at acknowledgement received. Because of noisy channel, you have not received the acknowledgement. So what sender is thinking? Sender is thinking that packet have not reached to receiver. So again he will resend. Because of like that resending or retransmitting same packet, duplication will become more. The same packet will be arrived to the receiver many times. A best solution for this is you have to allocate with a sequence number so that the receiver come to know at the receiving end that this is the same packet what we have received already. Otherwise, it is going to get confused and data will become error. Why? Because if same packet is sending to the receiver, what will happen? Duplication arises. So the best solution for this is allocating the sequence numbers like this: F1, F2. See, again F2 you are getting when you are sending F1 reach to receiver, receiver sends the acknowledgement. Okay, good. Again sender is sending second frame, but acknowledgement have been not reached to sender. So what the sender will think that this packet have been missed. So again he will retransmit the same frame. Now this frame is becoming here duplicate frame. How it is identified? It is a duplicate frame based on this number 2 already received. Now it is 2 means it is a duplicate frame. So receiver will discard this. Okay. So this method we are calling it, that is a simplex protocol that has been designed for a noisy channel. So what we are including here? In order to overcome this type of duplication problem, we are going to add up with a sequence numbers. That is our last protocol. See here, to overcome this problem, the receiver must be able to distinguish a frame that is first time and second time receiving. So we need to add with a sequence number. Because of this sequence number, the receiver will check the sequence number. If it is the second time, what he will do? He will discard that frame or packet. So that is about this particular concept of simplex protocol for a noisy channel. That is about elementary data link protocols. Now we are moving to our second part, which is called as sliding window protocols. I think yesterday I had discussed with you about first protocol, that is a 1-bit sliding window protocol. But apart from this, we also had some more remaining 2. Today we'll discuss about those sliding window protocols. When you come across these sliding window protocols, so what is happening here? So data frame transmission. You just think about the previous concept. But tell me, in elementary data link protocols, the transmission is of which type? Data transmission is full duplex, half duplex or simplex?
Full
In elementary data link protocols,
Half duplex, ma'am.
Simplex. It is a simplex. In some cases, we allowed for half duplex because you are returning, you are getting back acknowledgement, right? Now, these sliding window protocols, whatever we are discussing, they are completely different. So this is about the previous one, unidirectional. Unidirectional means what? Only in one direction data transmission is done in the previous protocols, which is not a general one. Now what about full duplex approach one? What that means? Two separate communication channels, one for sending the data, the another for sending the acknowledgement. So it is somewhat similar to full duplex. Okay, but we are assuming it as a half duplex, but in approach one, we had two separate channels, not same channel here, right? Now, what is the problem with this existing one? This the bandwidth is wasted and cost is becoming more. So that's why now we are moving to our full duplex approach 2 in this present protocols, which is called as the sliding window protocols. In this sliding window protocols, what is the problem and what is the main theme of this approach? Generally, you are sending a frame and again you are getting back with separate acknowledgement. So with this, what will happen? Sending a frame and again sending one more frame only attached with acknowledgement. It is a wastage of bandwidth, wastage of frames and wastage of time. So for that purpose, we have been proposed in approach 3. What is this approach 3 means? Piggybacking concept. According to this piggybacking concept, what we are doing means when you send frame 0 to B, now frame 0, if it wants to send some data to A, at that time, that frame is attached with the acknowledgement of the previously received frame. This temporary delay, whatever it is happening, that is the temporary delay of transmission of outgoing acknowledgement so that they can be hooked on to the next outgoing data frame. So this concept is called as piggybacking. This concept is called as piggybacking. Now, what is the advantage of this piggybacking? That is higher channel bandwidth utilization. That means bandwidth utilization will be more. So that means you are not sending acknowledgement separately with separate frames. So automatically bandwidth is going to be saved. Okay, but what are the complications? What are the problems present in piggybacking? Suppose you are sending from A to B. B received your frame, but B is not sending frame to A for longer period of time. At that time, how the sender comes to know that your data frame have been reached? So that's why we had here proposed with the complications that how long to wait for a packet to piggyback. Suppose if it takes more time, at that time again sender will retransmit. So that's why what we will do, instead of piggybacking, suppose if you are not sending back any data from B to A, at that time you just transmit a packet which is acknowledgement only. Then you don't think about the wastage of bandwidth in that cases. Okay, so that concept is nothing but called as piggybacking concept. First, I must know that whether your people are clear with this piggybacking or not. Then I'll continue with the three protocols. Piggybacking మీకు అర్థమైందా అర్థం కాలేదా? Come on, answer to my question. Okay. So what I will do means, I will give you one simple example to understand this concept of piggybacking. Okay. నేను ఒక చిన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తాను ఇవ్వండి, వినండి. Just wait for 2 minutes. Okay. So now I'll tell you a simple example to make you clear about this piggybacking. This is just an example. Don't write this example in examination. Why? Because it is only for understanding purpose. Okay, for example, మీకు an assignment ఇచ్చాను కదా, I have given you the assignment. So what you people are doing? You are writing your assignments and submitting to me. So that means, for example, 60 students are there. I got 60 assignments from you. Now again, what I have to do? I have to correct them and I have written back to you, right? So at that time, you people are not in the college now. So what I will do? For example, roll number 1. He came to my room for taking the assignment notebook. So at that time, instead of asking the next persons, suppose roll number 1 అనుకోండి, roll number 5, 6 also very close to that roll number 1 అంటే వాళ్ళ సరౌండింగ్స్లో ఉండే క్యాండిడేట్స్ అనుకోండి. సో అప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాను నేను, బాబు మీ ఇంటి దగ్గర ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో వాళ్ళ అసైన్మెంట్స్ కూడా తీసుకొని వెళ్ళండి అని వాళ్ళతో నేను పంపిస్తాను బ్యాక్. అలా మనం సెంటర్ నుంచి రిసీవర్కి ఒక డేటా ప్యాకెట్ పంపించినప్పుడు ఆ ప్యాకెట్కి రెస్పాన్స్ ఒక్కటి మళ్ళీ అక్నాలెడ్జ్మెంట్ సపరేట్గా పంపించకుండా రిసీవర్ నుంచి సెండర్కి ఏదైనా డేటా పంపించేటప్పుడు ఆ డేటాతో పాటు అటాచ్ చేసి నేను అక్నాలెడ్జ్మెంట్ పంపిస్తాను. దాన్నే మనం ఏమంటాము అంటే పిగ్గీ బ్యాకింగ్ అంటాము. దాన్నే వీఆర్ కాలింగ్ ఇట్ యాజ్ పిగ్గీ బ్యాకింగ్. సో దీంట్లో ఉన్న కాంప్లికేషన్స్ ఏంటి పిగ్గీ బ్యాకింగ్లో అంటే, సపోజ్ సెండర్ సెంట్ డేటా టు receiver received it, but receiver is going to wait for some time. Okay, why? Because it is getting ready data to send to again sender. So at that time there will be some delay in sending of acknowledgement of previous packet. So that means how much of time the sender has to wait for the acknowledgement. Time out antam kada, aa time out enta safe wait cheyali. ఆ టైంలోపు అక్నాలెడ్జ్మెంట్ బ్యాక్ రాకపోతే వాట్ సెంటర్ విల్ డూ, అగైన్ హీ విల్ రీట్రాన్స్మిట్ ది సేమ్ ఫ్రేమ్. దట్ ఈస్ ద కాంప్లికేషన్. సో ఏ సొల్యూషన్ ఫర్ దిస్ ఈస్, సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ డేటా ఈజ్ రెడీ విత్ రిసీవర్ టు సెండ్ టు సెండర్, then you attach this acknowledgement with that data. Suppose if you don't have data to send, then you send acknowledgement frame only to the sender. That is a solution proposed to the above problem. Okay, so like this it has been explained about the piggybacking concept. Is it clear now? Is it clear? Okay, అంటే మనం చేసే డిలే కాస్త డిలే. ఎందుకు డిలే చేస్తున్నాం ఇక్కడ? సపరేట్గా మళ్ళీ అక్నాలెడ్జ్మెంట్ ఒక్కటే పంపిస్తే ఏమవుతుంది మనకి? వేస్టేజ్ ఆఫ్ బ్యాండ్విడ్త్, వేస్ట్ ఆఫ్ టైం. సో అలా కాకుండా బి నుంచి ఏకి ఏదైనా డేటా ఉంది వెళ్తోంది అంటే ఆ డేటాతో పాటే మనము ప్రీవియస్ గా రిసీవ్ అయినటువంటి ఫ్రేమ్ యొక్క ప్యాకెట్ యొక్క అక్నాలెడ్జ్మెంట్ ని అటాచ్ చేస్తాం. ఓకేనా? దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ పిగ్గీ బ్యాకింగ్. ఏ టెంపరరీ డిలే ఇన్ ట్రాన్స్మిషన్ ఆఫ్ అక్నాలెడ్జ్మెంట్ which can be hooked to the next outgoing packet. We call it as piggybacking. దాన్నే మనం పిగ్గీబ్యాకింగ్ అంటాము. ఈ కాన్సెప్ట్ క్లియర్ అయింది అంటే నెక్స్ట్ ఐ విల్ మూవ్ టు ది నెక్స్ట్ టాపిక్. ఓకే, అంటే ఇక్కడ మనం ఏంటి స్లైడింగ్ విండో ప్రోటోకాల్స్ డిస్కస్ చేస్తున్నాం. స్లైడింగ్ విండోలో ఈజ్ ఇట్ ఫాలోయింగ్ విత్ హాఫ్ డూప్లెక్స్ ఆర్ ఫుల్ డూప్లెక్స్? ఏ మెథడ్ ఫాలో అవుతున్నాం మనం స్లైడింగ్ విండోలో? Which method you are following, either full duplex or half duplex in sliding window? Okay, somebody is typing full duplex, right? So we are following the full duplex, right? Now I'll continue with the next slide. Now coming for these sliding window protocols. The next three protocols which are bidirectional. Bidirectional means what? At same time you can send and you can receive the data, which is a full duplex. That belongs to a class called sliding window protocols. Now, there are three types of sliding window protocols, that is 1-bit sliding window protocol, second one is go back N protocol, third one is selective repeat protocol. Selective repeat protocol. These three differs in efficiency, complexity and buffer. But they three are following which method? Bidirectionality, means full duplex. But they three differs in efficiency, complexity and buffer. Okay, so that's today topic. We'll discuss about that. See here, at this sliding window protocol, we'll be having two hosts. One host is called sender, the another host is called as receiver. Sender will maintain one window and receiver will maintain one window. For what purpose? In order to come to know which frames we have sent for sender, and the receiver maintains a separate window to know which frames have been received from sender. Like that, this is called as a window. The size of window will be like this, 2 power k minus 1. So what is this 2 power k? Actually, k stands for bits. Okay, k stands for number of bits. 0 to 2 power k minus 1. See, if it is 0, that's why we are going to have up to 6, totally 7 bits. Suppose if it is 1, means only 2 power k. That is a different thing, right? So this is at sender side. Now receiver side also maintains with a window. This window is going to come to know that which frame have been arrived from sender and to which frame we have sent acknowledgement. That sequence numbers, everything will be stored at receiver side. Now this 1-bit sliding window protocol, why that means 1 bit. K is equal to, suppose 1 bit means, then the size of sender's window will be only 1 bit. This becomes stop and wait protocol or not? Why? Because sender will send one frame, stops and wait until you get back acknowledgement. If you got acknowledgement, again sender will send 1 bit, stops, waits, and again if you get back acknowledgement, then that means what? Every time it is sending only 1 bit. So this concept will be somewhat similar to a stop and wait protocol. Now this is our sliding window protocol of size 1. For example, if 1 bit is sending, so how the situation will be? Initially the situation will be at sender side like this and at receiver side like this. Sender, what he will do? He is getting ready to send some data. And what receiver is? Receiver is waiting. Receiver is waiting to accept the data sent by sender. So this is the initial situation. That means when data coming from here to here, it takes some time. This is the time shown here, shaded time. Okay, that means at this time the data packet have been arrived to the receiver. Now, what is the duty of receiver? The receiver has to send back an acknowledgement, right? So that means just this is initial stage, it is waiting and you have sent your frame, it takes some time. Now when you send your frame, it is received to the receiver here. This is the situation after you have received your first frame at receiver side. Once you received your frame, now again what is the duty of receiver? The duty of receiver is to send back an acknowledgement. So this is the situation when the acknowledgement have been received to the sender. And again it starts. Once you send your acknowledgement, again it comes to this original position. It is getting ready to send next frame and it is waiting. And this is a situation that when it is sending first frame, this is a situation when it is receiving first frame, and now it is sending the acknowledgement. When acknowledgement reaches to the sender, this is the again situation. So that will be the situation here. You just read here now. This figure A shows you initial Figure B shows you after the first frame have been sent. Sent means from sender. Next C means after first frame have been received. It takes some time to receive. So this is a time. Now this is sending back an acknowledgement. So this is the situation at sender side when you received the acknowledgement. So this is a sliding window protocol of size 1. You have any doubts in this figure explanation? You please ask me. Doubts ఉంటే అడగండి. No doubts? Shall I continue with the next topic? Okay, we'll start with the next topic. Now we'll see the 1-bit sliding window protocol that already I have explained you in the last class. Just see here. Here are shown with 2 situations. One is normal case, the second one is abnormal case. And you see this sequence here. This is giving you sequence number, and this is the acknowledgement, and this is the packet number. Don't get confused here. Very simple one. You please listen carefully, then you can understand very well. No problem. See, now A is sending some data to B. So if A sends, so we are mentioning it as A sending. And A is sending which packet now? 0th packet. So 0th packet is sent by A, so A0. That is packet number is A0. Now this is the acknowledgement of any previous frame. Okay, don't think about this now. Now when A sends this, B gets this. B received it and it is shown with star mark. When B gets, what B is getting? A0. Right? Now and 1. Now again what B is sending, that means B is sending some data to A. So B is sending its first frame, so it is 0. And this 0 is representing for acknowledgement of A0. Is it clear to everyone? What this 0 is representing for? Answer to my question. What this 0 represents for?
Acknowledgement, madam.
Very good. Acknowledgement of previous one. A send చేసింది కదా ఆ డేటాలో ఉన్నటువంటి, that's why mentioning it as here 0 because A0 acknowledgement. Now B0 is the new packet what we are sending from B to A. Now B sends and A got it. So A got which sequence number? 0th packet of B. And what is this 0 here? It is the acknowledgement sent for the previous one and the next frame of B, B0. Now, what A is sending? A is sending the next frame. So, what is the first frame of A? Tell me. What is the first frame of A? First frame of A enti? Answer to my question. First frame, first packet of A is ఏం చేస్తున్నారు ఏమి ఎవరు మాట్లాడట్లేదు. First frame of A is what? First packet of A. You please unmute yourself and answer to my, yes, somebody is typing A0. Now what will be the second frame sent by A? Next frame sequence number ఎంత ఉంటది? A0 తర్వాత A1. So this is the next frame sending by A to B. Now B got it. So we got the first packet, that is A1 packet from A, and this 0 is representing for acknowledgement of B0. Acknowledgement of B0. And again B sends back. So B now sends B0 తర్వాత ఏం చేస్తుంది B1 and B1 at the same time it is attaching with the acknowledgement of A1 and sending. Now A is getting that. Now this A sends the next packet, that is A2, right? But here it is some missing, I think so. It should be a 2, but 0 it is mentioned here. Sequence number. Now 1 is the previous B1 acknowledgement and A2 is the next packet. Okay. So like that it sends from one to another, which is a normal situation. Okay. You don't think about this. It is some mistake, I think so. We'll discuss the next abnormal situation. See here, up to this you treat it mark. Okay. Now A sends 0, 1, A0. 0 is the sequence number, 1 is the acknowledgement, A0 is the packet. B gets. But before that, B sends some more data to A. Right? And again, A sends some more data. But this data, whatever it is getting to A, is not in time. It is in abnormal situation. At that time, the sender is not known whether that packet have been arrived to the receiver safely or not. So this case is called as abnormal case. We try to avoid this abnormal case in our 1-bit sliding window protocol. Why? Because we send only 1 bit first and we get back a response and an acknowledgement. Then we proceed to send the next packet. So that is our 1-bit sliding window protocol. What is the merits of this one? Multiple packets can be transmitted without waiting for acknowledgements. And piggybacking is the concept present in these merits. And what are the demerits here? No limit of size or sequence numbers that can be required. So the bandwidth may be wasted in some special situations. So these are some advantages and disadvantages of 1-bit sliding window protocol. Now we move on to the next protocol, which is called as Go-Backian protocol. So actually, what is this Go-Backian protocol? That means you just observe the diagram, whatever I will show here. Listen carefully. You are sending first 0th packet to receiver. In sender receiver mark 0. Next you are sending 1. Now this dotted line indicates for acknowledgement to the sender. 0th packet is received, so you are sending back an acknowledgement. Same first packet, 1 packet acknowledgement at some time, and 3rd packet you are sending. Sorry, for example, packet 2 you are sending. It is an error. It is identified that this packet is affected with some error. Then what you are doing? Whatever the next packets you have sent, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everything are discarded. That is Go-Backian. Means once you are affected with any error in one frame, the next frames whatever you are getting, all are rejected, all are discarded. Now again, okay, here it is affected with error and these all are discarded. How this comes to know to the sender? సెంటర్ కి ఎలా తెలుస్తుందమ్మా మనం ఇవన్నీ డిస్కార్డ్ చేసామని చెప్పండి. How sender come to know that all the packets have been discarded by receiver? చెప్పండి. ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది దానికి? సెంటర్కి ఎలా తెలుస్తుంది? సెంటర్ ఎక్కడ ఉంటారు, రిసీవర్ ఎక్కడ ఉంటారు కదా. Then how they come to know that it is discarded? Very good. So no acknowledgement is received. Because of that, you are not getting back acknowledgement means it comes to know that the packets are discarded. So when you see the first acknowledgement, that is second packet 2 acknowledgement is not sent back, and remaining also not sent back. That means all are discarded. So again sender, what he will do? He will transmit the second frame or second packet, acknowledgement, then third acknowledgement, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Okay, like that. So what is the problem in this go backian situation? That is my question. So suppose the error is, now you have seen the diagram. Where error is occurred, at which packet the error is occurred, tell me. At which packet error is occurred? Two, the packet number 2. Sequence is 3, no problem. But 0, 1, 2. That means packet number 2. Only packet 2 is affected with error. But this protocol is discarding the remaining 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 also, even though they are correct. So is it correct? Is it good? No, it's not good. Why? Because if you discard the remaining frames, remaining packets, again what sender has to do? Again sender has to send all the remaining packets once again, which is wastage of time. So this protocol failed here, that according to this go backian protocol, once you receive your packet correctly, then you accept the second, third, fourth, fifth. But according to this, what is doing? Suppose if one packet is affected with error, it is discarding the remaining all packets even though they are correct. So this is not correct in this protocol. Because of this, again sender has to send the remaining all packets second time, which is wastage of bandwidth, wastage of time. So that's why we now move to the third protocol, which is called as select repeat protocol. What is this select repeat protocol? That is nothing but entirely different. See here. Only this select repeat protocol, what it happens means, 0th packet is sending acknowledgement sent, 1 acknowledgement, 2. It is affected with error, right? When this is affected with error, it sends back negative acknowledgement. NAK stands for negative acknowledgement. Then remaining 3, 4, 5 are accepted. And only this negative acknowledgement, which packet you are sending with negative acknowledgement, that is 2, only that packet is retransmitted. Now you are accepting the remaining as it is. So because of this, what is happening? Again, there is no need for sender to send the remaining packets. Only a packet which is affected with error, that is selective repeat, which is affected with error, only that particular packet is allowed to retransmit. And remaining all 3, 4, 5, remaining all are accepted as it is. So that's why this concept is called as selective repeat with negative acknowledgement, NAK. If you send that negative acknowledgement, it is an indication that only, for example, packet 2 is affected with error. So you have retransmit only 2. No need to again send 3, 4, 5, which is a wastage of time. That is a difference in go back N to selective repeat protocols. Okay. So if you have any doubts, you please ask. That is about these 3 protocols. First one bit sliding window protocol. Second one, go back N protocol. Third one, selective repeat protocol. These comes under sliding window protocols. Any doubts after this, you please ask me. I'll clarify your doubts. Then we go for next topic. Come on. Any doubts regarding this topic, you please ask me. మీకు కొత్త టైం టేబుల్ వచ్చిందా? You got your new timetable? Okay. Okay, most probably today they will send, no problem. So according that we will act. And today we have successfully completed our elementary data link protocols and sliding window protocols. We have a small topic pending in this unit, that is error correction and detection. Error detection and correction by using Hamming code and cyclic redundancy checker. For next class, you please be ready with your notebook and pen so that I will simultaneously solve it so that you people can note down that and you can solve some more problems. Okay. For next class, you have to be ready with your paper and pen. Now, if you have any doubts, you please ask me about this to any protocols, elementary link protocols or sliding window protocols. Okay, somebody is asking to explain about sliding window protocol. No problem, we'll see that. So please wait. So I just told you that we are going to maintain with some sender side window and receiver side window. Now, for what purpose we maintain the sender side window? In order to come to know which frames we are sending, and at receiver side we'll maintain to know which frame we received and to which frames we have sent acknowledgement. For that purpose, we'll maintain these windows at both sender side and receiver side. Now, according to this, we had some protocols like 1-bit sliding window protocol, go back and protocol, and selective repeat protocol. Now, according to this 1-bit sliding window protocol, that means every time we used to send 1 bit and wait for acknowledgement, then we are sending back an next frame. You just observe the sender and receiver. So what is happening? First, sender is sending some data, means it is getting ready. At the time, receiver is waiting, initial stakes, right? Then after that, sender what is doing? He transmitted a frame to receiver. Now receiver received the frame. Now what is the duty of receiver? To send back an acknowledgement. Now from here it sent back an acknowledgement to sender. Now the sender is getting ready for its again initial position to send the next frame. Okay, this process is repeated. Okay. Now coming for sliding window protocol here, at a time you are sending one packet, you are waiting for reply, then you are sending the next frame. But what is happening here? You are sending your frame, your packet, but you are not getting immediately the acknowledgement. This acknowledgement is sent with the next outgoing packet from receiver. That is called as piggybacking concept. And this is a normal case and this is abnormal case. In normal case, we send the packet, we wait for reply, then we send the next packet. But in abnormal case, we are not waiting for the acknowledgement. You are sending your gettings at some time. So this is leading to some problem. So we call it as abnormal case and this is our normal case. Now you have known about the next one, which is called as go back n protocol. According to go back n protocol, when you are sending some number of packets like 0, 1, but second packet is affected with error. Once you are affected with error, the remaining packets is also not accepted by receiver. All are discarded until this packet again arrives correctly. But this is not correct. Why? Because if you discard all these, again sender have to resend the same packets second time, which is wastage of bandwidth and wastage of time. So that's why we are now moving for the next protocol, which is called as selective repeat protocol. According to selective repeat protocol, which packet is affected with error, that packet is sent with negative acknowledgement. So the sender will retransmit only that particular packet, and remaining packets are as it is arrived to the receiver and accepted. This is called as selective repeat with negative acknowledgement. Okay, that is about our protocol. Is it clear? Any more doubts? So those who have doubts, you please wait. Remaining people, you can leave the class. I had taken the attendance, no problem.